Why are the defensive linemen called the Hippos?
We're called the Hippos because we have a low base and we're the most aggressive on the field, and we're just big cuddly dudes.
Who's the guy on the defense that has been showing out this spring?
I think Lorenz and Peyton Millis have really been, playing hard, stepping up in their role for being freshmen. They don't play like freshmen, and they play like they're way older.
Who on the offensive side of the ball has been really impressing you this spring?
I think Tom Thomas has really been stepping up. He played last year quite a bit, but I think in the spring, he really took a step forward to really be that number one guy. And then, if they need a play, he's going to make it. So I think he's really stepped up.
How does the offense look this year?
We're looking really good out there. We're getting better every single day at practice. We have some new guys up front on the O-line after losing a couple seniors last year, but they're looking really good. Our running backs are solid. Losing Starks was big because he's a big, powerful back, but the three guys we have now, they're doing really good. They're hitting the holes hard, finding holes that you don't think are there. So that's really good. And our receivers with Tom out there, he's catching a lot of balls, and Brody, he's a new guy, ran track for us. He's catching a lot of deep balls, really fast guy, and we just got to keep working and keep improving throughout the summer and in the fall.
Who on the defense has really impressed you this spring?
Our front, our D-line has been really, really solid with True, Kean, Martin, Gabe Perkins. They've been really, really good. Our linebackers are solid. Our front has really been giving us some trouble, so they're looking really solid out there.
What would be your last meal?
I actually have this written down. I talked about this with someone a couple days ago. Last meal. My last meal would be a Philly cheesesteak from a local restaurant back in my hometown called Four Fathers. Have to have cheese fries, a large Dr. Pepper, to have a side of sushi, and a slice of pizza from Venetia's Pizzeria. And for dessert, it'd be warm blueberry cobbler with a big scoop of vanilla ice cream and a Dr. Pepper shake from Whataburger.
Who is a player on the team that has stood out to you this spring?
I would say probably Kean Martin on the D-line. We've had quite a few injuries on the D-line, a couple guys coming in and out, and he stayed consistent and really taking over his role as a leader on the team and on the D-line, and just doing his job every play and helping the young guys out. So I'd say Kean Martin has really taken a lot of steps forward this spring.
Who's your favorite musician?
I'd have to say right now probably Rihanna.
And what's your favorite song of all time?
My favorite song of all time by Rihanna is probably Pone Replay.
Who on the defense has really stood out to you this spring?
I think Sutton Pullman has really stood out to me. He's really stepped up into a new role, and he's been playing his tail off. He's everywhere, and he's been making big plays every single practice.
How do you think winter conditioning has prepared the team for spring?
I think it's been huge in terms of preparing us for spring. Waking up at 6 a.m. twice a week and having to work out and condition and stuff like that, that's gotten us ready for these practices. It's made these practices seem a lot easier having done that hard work in the winter before.
If you could play any other position on the football field, what would you play?
I'd probably say D-end. I played D-end in high school, and I was like rushing the quarterback and stuff like that.
How does the defense look this spring?
Really good. We're later on in practices now, and the younger guys are starting to get the hang of our defense and starting to get the calls down and putting themselves in positions to make plays. We're starting to really roll with it, and things are getting pretty intense and fired up at practice, and it's going good.
Who's a young guy on the defense that's been impressing you?
That would be Peyton Millis. I think he's really stepped up, and he's starting to even step into like a starter role. Any play that comes his way, he's ready to make, and he's starting to even coach the younger guys that are his same age. He's just making every play that comes his way, and he's communicating really well. And at the safety position, he's coming up and making tackles in the run game, and he's playing great pass defense as well. So he's playing like he's not a freshman.
Who's been impressing you on the other side of the ball this spring?
A guy I would have to say who's been pretty impressive is Brody Roden. He's come in from track. He hasn't played ball in quite a while, and he's doing really well with running routes, and he's fast. So deep balls, he's catching them. He's making great catches every day, and he's just buying into the program, and I'm really impressed with how he's doing with the team and how he's playing this spring.
Who's the guy on the defense that has been impressing you?
A couple guys on the defense that have impressed me really are D-line, Kean Martin. He's stepped up this spring. He's really brought it every day to practice, and he's given a lot of headaches for us. Another guy is Tanner True. He's forced out there, and he's been a monster against us. He's a good guy to practice against.
How does the offensive line look this spring?
The offensive line has definitely come together. We started out early in the spring having some group errors, and through time, we've had a lot of guys step up. A lot of new guys coming and making a mark, like Wame, stepping up, hitting guys out on the practice field. So coming together as a group, it's been good.
Would you rather have the Rockies win a World Series, the Broncos win a Super Bowl, or the Nuggets win an NBA championship?
I probably want the Nuggets to win an NBA championship. They were a team that I rooted for growing up, watched them all the time, but they kept getting bounced by Kobe and the Lakers in the playoffs. So I definitely would see the Nuggets bring one home.
How's the defense looking this spring?
The defense is looking pretty good. Past couple practices, it's been getting pretty intense out there now that we can go live. And I think we've been stepping up to it. That first practice last Friday was a little rough, but we came back this Friday for the scrimmage, and we're putting in work out there, getting some good competition, and guys are showing out.
Who's the guy on the opposite side of the ball that's been showing out?
I'd have to say Jake Marshall. He's kind of had the opportunity to fill in some extra reps, and he's been utilizing them. He's making plays where hole shouldn't be slipping through, and he's making guys miss in the hole and in the open space. And he's been one of those guys I think that's really improved a lot this spring.
Who's a young guy on the defense that's been really showing out?
I'm not really sure about a young guy, but Lobo, I don't know if you consider him a young guy, but he's been going crazy out there. Again, not another young guy, but Kean Martin, he's been dominant out there all spring while he's in the backfield.
If you could vacation anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Probably have to say Fiji. I don't really know why. I like the beach, the water's clear. Sounds good though.
How does the defense look this spring?
We look pretty good. First couple practices we started out slow, getting the playbook back in our memory. But now a lot of the young guys are getting into the playbook and understanding the plays. So now they're playing with a lot more confidence than they were at the beginning of the spring.
How's the defensive line look this spring?
We look good. We got a lot of young guys right now, but I think they're starting to understand the playbook. And again, I think they're starting to play faster. And just the older guys, they already knew the playbook, so getting their technique down and playing fast is just helpful.
Who's the guy on the offensive side of the ball that's been impressing you this spring?
I'm going to say Roro. He was good last year, but I think he really improved his blocking this year. And almost every ball that comes to him, he catches. So I think Roro is the most improved.